Do you need a great marketing tool to advertise your business or event? Then use Ottumwa Coasters. Get your business or event on drink coasters featured in Ottumwa's most popular restaurants. It's the most fun and effective way to reach the community. Starting at just $199, you get 1,000 coasters delivered to Ottumwa's most popular restaurants. Look for Ottumwa Coasters on Facebook or call or text 573-932-0111.
He's been your favorite guest at the breakfast.
Everything you need to know to start your day. The Morning Wake Up is streaming live with Steve Shetler.
Hey, good morning to you on this Thursday, October 26th. We are doing the Morning Wake Up presented by our friends at Ottumwa Coasters. Make sure you follow Ottumwa Coasters on Facebook. Give them a like, give them a follow. And if you're a business or an event or whatever you got going on and you want to advertise it, especially in the Ottumwa area, use Ottumwa Coasters. It's a great marketing tool. You can get your coasters out to all of the most popular restaurants in Ottumwa, Iowa. People are going to see this and take notice. You can look for the Steve Shetler Media Coasters in the Ottumwa area. And if you see those, well, let me know. It'd be nice to know if the marketing is working. So look for, again, Ottumwa Coasters. Give them a like and use them for your marketing, for your advertising of your business or your event. Ottumwa Coasters on Facebook. Make sure, again, to give them a like. Let's take a look at our forecast for today. Showers and thunderstorms kind of off and on throughout today. And some patchy fog, a possibility this morning. Steady temps in the mid-60s, right around 66 today. South to southwest winds could gust up to 20, maybe 25 miles per hour. Rainfall amounts between a quarter and a half an inch. For tonight, there is a 40% chance of some showers, maybe a thunderstorm late. Cloudy skies, a low of 51. Friday, a 30% chance of some showers and thunderstorms, and otherwise cloudy and breezy and cooling down as temps tomorrow going to be falling through the day. As let's see, tonight's low will be 51, so that's pretty much going to be tomorrow's high early on, as temps will be falling to around 45 degrees by 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. Into Friday night, if you're heading out to a high school football game, if your team is still alive, partly cloudy, a low of 31. Gusty northwest winds up to about 15 to 20 miles per hour. Saturday, another chance of some rain, partly sunny, and 45. Current conditions in southeast Iowa has humidity at 91%, wind speed south at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, and 67 degrees here in southeast Iowa. That is a look at our forecast here on Steve Shetler Media, the Morning Wake Up presented by Ottumwa Coasters. Hey, yesterday I had the opportunity to stop by KC Elite's practice at Memorial Hall in downtown Sigourney, Iowa. And here is my chat with Trisha Black and some of the girls from KC Elite. Hey, Steve Shetler here on Steve Shetler Media, and we are hanging out with KC Elite, one of the sponsors of my videos. And with me is Trisha Black. Trisha, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Doing all right. And you've got a big event, if I can talk, a big event coming up here shortly. Why don't you tell me a little bit about it?
Yep, so we have our first competition of the season for our TNT team, which is tumbling and double mini trampoline.
Okay.
And so we're going to Ottumwa Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
We compete at Bridgeview, and we're taking just over 40 kids.
Okay, sounds exciting.
Yeah.
And any other events coming up here in the near future?
Yeah, we have a few more double mini and tumbling competitions, and then our first cheer competition is in December at Redline Cheer in Des Moines.
Okay.
So,
All
yeah.
right. And you're looking over your shoulder here.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and introduce these folks over here. Who we got?
I'm Tatum Bow. I'm Sophie Young. I'm Michaela Sinnis.
And then they are our junior coaches, so they help
Okay.
with our trampoline and tumbling program.
All right. Sounds like a lot of fun. Now, I know we've had an interview before, but if a mom is watching or a dad is watching or a child is watching and wants to get involved with KC Elite, is it too late to get involved in the season?
Nope,
Okay.
we accept enrollments all season long.
Okay.
So it's easiest just to go to our Facebook page and message us from there.
All right, so we'll get in on the fun and the action. You always seen updates, and it's fun to see the kids coming along throughout the
Yes.
year. So lots going on, and I know you guys have practice tonight. Is everybody here? Are you guys all excited to be here tonight? Yeah. So they're going to have lots of fun, and you guys will have, again, some big events coming up, and look forward to following along on your Facebook page. I invite people to check you out. It's just KC Elite, right?
Yep.
All right, KC
Yep.
Elite. And are you on anything other than Facebook?
We do have an Instagram.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so check that out. Again, we thank KC Elite for being a sponsor, and we thank you guys for being part of the video today. That's KC Elite here on Steve Shuttler Media. All right, so thanks to the girls for giving me a couple of minutes of their time yesterday. And yeah, check out KC Elite. Give them, even if your kids aren't involved, maybe like their page and follow along, see what's happening with KC Elite. They do a lot of exciting things, and they have an event coming up this weekend. So best of luck to Trisha and the girls in KC Elite. Let's go ahead and jump into some of our normal stuff here on Steve Shuttler Media, the morning wake up brought to us by Ottumwa Coasters. Let's do some birthdays. Ho ho! Hey hey! Birthdays for today. And again, you know, I felt bad. I didn't know that it was my buddy Neil Krott's birthday yesterday, and he was sitting right beside me. So belated birthday wishes to Neil Krott. I put up a birthday post for him yesterday. Make sure you scroll down and wish him a happy belated birthday. Lots of folks were chiming in and showing the love for Neil yesterday. Birthdays for today, we've got actress Jacqueline Smith. She's one of the original Charlie's Angels, turning 78 years old today. Got Wheel of Fortune's Pat Sajak. I did not realize Pat was as old as he is. 77 years old, Pat Sajak. Let's see here. Hillary Rodham Clinton, turning 76. Bootsy Collins, the musician, turning 72. Actress Rita Wilson, who I believe is Tom Hanks' wife. She is 67 years old. Actor Dylan McDermott has a birthday today, 62. We've got country singer Keith Urban. Let's see, he turns 56 today. Actor Seth MacFarlane, 50 years old, the big 5-0. Actor John Heder, Napoleon Dynamite, 46. CM Punk, the WWE AEW wrestler CM Punk, turning 45. I need to turn off my commercials for just a second. See, I've got my CM Punk t-shirt on today to celebrate CM Punk's birthday, so yeah. Happy birthday to you, CM Punk. Let's see here. On this date in history, it was today, back in 1861, the telegraph service began in the U.S., so 1861 for that. 1881, the famous gunfight at the OK Corral took place on this date, 1881. It was today, 1919, the city of Bismarck, North Dakota, dropped down to 10 below zero. That was the town's coldest October temperature to date. 1949, on this date, President Truman signed a bill that made the minimum wage 75 cents per hour. That was actually up 40 cents from the previous minimum wage, so 75 cents an hour. On this date, 1990, if you're a hockey enthusiast, Wayne Gretzky became the first NHL player to reach 2,000 points. He is the GOAT of hockey, Wayne Gretzky. Hey, today is National Financial Crime Fighter Day. Yes, we salute you, National Financial Crime Fighters. It's also National Tennessee Day. We salute you, Tennesseans. National Mule Day. We celebrate the donkeys today. It's National Mincemeat Day. Has anybody ever had mincemeat in the comments? I see Tamra is watching this morning. Good morning to you, Tamra. Mincemeat. I have never had mincemeat. It's National Pumpkin Day. And it's National Day of the Deployed. Yeah, so we definitely salute you to those that are deployed and protecting our country. Let's see here. Other stuff we need to know. Things you need to know. Women in Iceland, including their prime minister, have gone on strike demanding gender pay equality. So the women in Iceland going on strike. The Army, did you know the Army is going to be joining the AAC in football only? That'll be next year. I don't even know what the AAC is. I've heard of the ACC, but not the AAC. So that must be one of the lesser-known conferences in college football. Other news you need to know, a new study in Canada claims that listening to your favorite music can actually help relieve your pain. So if you're in pain today, just crank up the tunes that you like, and evidently, that'll help you out. Hey, other things you need to know. Only 3% of Americans have gotten the latest COVID vaccine shot. Fool me once. Again, just 3% getting the latest COVID vaccine. A Cornell professor who called the Hamas terror attacks on Israel, quote, exhilarating and energizing. Yes, they're saying the Hamas terror attacks on Israel, exhilarating and energizing. That person is now on leave of absence until at least the end of the semester. I'd like to know if they're getting paid on this leave of absence, or if they're just getting, time off. There's no point if they're getting paid. So hopefully the paycheck went with that. Kat Von D, are you following her story? Kat Von D just converted to Christianity from Satanism. Is that what you would call that? Kat Von D covering up her famous body tattoos now with black ink. I don't know which is scarier. Her current, I don't even have a clue. I don't have a clue what her current tattoos are, but I don't know what would be worse. The current tattoos or just having all black ink, just solid black tattooed on you. That's the plan at least. If you're a Saturday Night Live fan, if you stay up late on Saturday nights, 2 weeks ago, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift made some pop-up appearances on Saturday Night Live. This past week, it was Pedro Pascal and Mick Jagger both dropping in. So Saturday Night Live doing what they can to get some ratings. In Paris, France, have you seen this making the rounds on social media here lately? A museum with a wax figure of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson coming under fire. The Rock, he took one look at it, couldn't help but notice that the skin tones were a little off. He was looking a little too light. So the museum going to be fixing that. Yeah, the Rock, he's getting that fixed. How about South Korea? An 82-year-old man in South Korea, this is hard to follow. An 82-year-old had a heart attack after choking on a piece of what they call live octopus. So he was choking, which is bad enough, but while he was choking, he had a heart attack. But then you have to realize that he was eating a piece of live octopus to top that story off. That is weird. Other news you need to know. Bud Light and UFC are together. They have scored a deal to become the official beer of UFC. Of course, Bud Light, they have tanked in the last year due to their controversy. But UFC, I guess they're taking that paycheck from Bud Light and going to try to revive that brand. We'll see how that goes. And Bob Melvin in baseball. Bob Melvin is leaving San Diego and is heading north to manage San Francisco, the Giants. So it goes from being a Padre to a Giant. You know what time it is? It's time for Today's Impossible Question. Today's impossible question. By the way, when I was doing this, I was not signaling for a fair catch. I don't want that referee from the Iowa game thinking I was calling for a fair catch. I was excited. Don't blow the whistle. Don't look at the instant replay and screw me over. Today's impossible question. Almost 60% of people agree that you should not do this before 8 a.m. Again, 60% of people agree you should not do this before 8 a.m. And it is before 8 a.m. here in Iowa right now. So you shouldn't call someone. I can remember when I was a kid, it would be Saturday morning, like during the 6 o'clock hour. Nobody was awake. And every Saturday morning, somebody, not naming names, somebody would call the house wanting to chat. Nobody wanted to chat at 6 in the morning. So don't call somebody early in the morning, especially on their home phone. If people still have home phones, nobody wants to wake up to that phone ringing. One ringy dingy. And some weird news.
That is weird.
California's Death Valley. It's the hottest place in the world and the driest place in North America. But a couple of months after Hurricane Hillary dumped some rainfall, parts of the national park look more like an oasis than a desert. As parched ground turned to ponds, wildflowers are in bloom in remote areas, and a salt flat is now a massive lake. The Salt Flat Turn Lake is an exceptional but fleeting sight to behold. They say a spokesperson says it is definitely a rare and special event. Death Valley, again, we're talking about Death Valley looking more and more alive than it usually does. Let's see here. It only happens roughly once a decade where you see life like this in Death Valley. So Death Valley coming alive, at least momentarily. Good morning. I got two Tamras in the comments this morning. Tamra and Tamra. Good morning to you. If anybody else is watching, hopefully a few more of you are, you can say good morning. I would gladly like to know that you're there, and if you're watching and where you're watching from this morning. That's always fun to know, too. Hey, let's see here. Other stuff you need to know. The Texas Rangers, Arizona Diamondbacks getting ready to face off in the World Series. And according to online prices, Game 1, which is set for tomorrow night in Arlington, Texas. Game 1 tickets, your lowest standing room tickets for the World Series cost $673. Those are the low-end tickets. Now, lowest priced actual seats, if you want to sit down, costing nearly $1,000 each, so that'd be up in the nosebleed sections. If you want one of the nice seats for the World Series, again, this is Game 1 for the World Series tomorrow night, top price seats going for a little over $8,000 each. So pricey seats for the World Series, Game 1 tomorrow night between Texas and Arizona. Files of the law and disorder. Let's go out to Oregon. Authorities say an Oregon State University student has been arrested in connection with a hoax bomb threat that led to an alert on Twitter from the university on Tuesday afternoon. The alert said bomb threat in Starship food delivery robots. Evidently, they have robots at Oregon State University that delivers food. So they say, do not open robots. Avoid all robots until further notice. Public safety is responding. So I guess they were thinking Terminator was taking over with the food robots. Hours later, Oregon State's Department of Public Safety said a person suspected of making the threat had been arrested. And the department said a bomb-sniffing dog had inspected all 75 food delivery robots on campus, and no explosives had been detected. So, yeah, hoax. But, I think, I just live here in small-town Iowa. I guess I'm not used to seeing food delivery robots. That's kind of the main thing coming out of the story for me. I did watch on Netflix. Gosh, what was it called? Something about unknown something or other. It's like an hour and 10 minutes talking about how drones are going to be used in warfare and how they are being used in warfare. But drones, they will be the end of us. Let's see here. Good morning to you, Nick. Hey, whoa. Good morning to you, Judy from Oskaloosa. Sandy, Kara, good morning to all you folks. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning early on. In some doctor news, Bret Michaels. This isn't really doctor's news, but it's more of animal shelter news. By the way, we will have our weekly pet from the Heartland Humane Society in Ottumwa later on today at about 5:30, so make sure you tune in for that video. Bret Michaels, Poison. Every rose has its thorn. Well, Bret Michaels has not a new thorn, but he's got a new dog, and the dog is also named Bret Michaels. Quite a touching story from People. As firstly, it's important to know that Bret did not name the dog himself. He didn't name his own dog Bret Michaels. The Poison frontman only heard about the 6-year-old husky after the Nebraska Humane Society announced the dog was found wandering in September and was named by staff members as part of a rock star theme that they had going on, and had given a life-saving blood donation to a stray kitten who is battling flea anemia, a common cause of death in young cats and dogs. Now, transfusions of canine blood to cats is safe and easier than the other way around, than transfusions between cats, as there's no need for blood typing. Now, this kitten had only hours to live when the dog, Bret Michaels, made the save. Now, the person, Bret Michaels, is this confusing? The dog, Bret Michaels, the person, Bret Michaels? The person, Bret Michaels, found out about this story and was so touched that he had to adopt Bret Michaels, the dog. So Bret Michaels, the person, is quoted as saying, "I could not work fast enough to adopt this husky and extend the awesome quality of little Bret Jr.'s life." Now, that was Bret the human. We don't have any quotes from Bret Michaels, the dog. It'd probably... Oh, I know. Not funny. And let's... Oh, wait. Here, we got to say good morning to you, Amber. Good morning to you, Dave. How you doing, Dave? Haven't seen you in a while. Let's see here. A moment of duh. Duh. Am I saying duh, or am I a car having trouble starting? In a moment of duh, residents in Murfreesboro, say that 3 times real fast. Murfreesboro, Tennessee, were alarmed to see a Lexus car parked outside of a restaurant Tuesday morning with strange devices taped to the doors. So they did what you would naturally do. They called 911. Now, the devices that were taped to this car definitely look sketchy, and more than one person contacted law enforcement. The objects were wrapped in plastic bags, had wires running out of them, and were held together with duct tape. So, I mean, this was looking pretty suspicious. But the mysterious objects weren't bombs. Get this, they were actually makeshift rubber bumpers that the person had put on their car. I need to Google this to see some pictures. Now, where was the owner of this Lexus when the police found him and called him? Well, he was standing in the crowd of people that had evacuated, that were standing across the street. He was completely unaware that the bomb threat was being called in about his car. So don't tape things to your car with duct tape, with wires hanging out and plastic baggies. People probably will think that you're weird, that you have bombs on your car. So don't be that guy. Yeah, so that's about it. That is your morning wake up here on Steve Shuttler Media. Coming up later on today, we'll have the Sigourney Public Library video with Miss Amanda. That comes up at 10 a.m. this morning. At 4 o'clock this afternoon, we'll check in with Mahaska County Conservation, the Great Outdoors, Laura DeCook, with some great video. And then later on, approximately 5:30, we'll have our Heartland Humane Society Weekly Pet here on Steve Shuttler Media. Again, look at our forecast for today. Going to be a little bit rainy, off and on. Showers and thunderstorms, some patchy fog this morning. And steady temps right around 66 degrees. That does it for your morning wake up presented by Ottumwa Coasters. Make sure you like Ottumwa Coasters and use them for your marketing and advertising in the Ottumwa area. We thank them for bringing us our morning wake up here on Steve Shuttler Media. You guys have a great day, and we will see you around.